to another Friday Live with the Visionary Parents. Our topic is helping your child find purpose the Jesus way. And as you know, in the Visionary Parents Academy, this month is a month for us to parent with God, for us to invite God into our parenting, and for us to literally, because him that buildeth in vain. However, whether you're a Christian or not, you can actually come and then learn from this particular class. It doesn't really mean you just have to be a Christian to learn. It promises to be empowering as usual. And if you are blessed at the end of the day, if you get value, what you want to do is to share this video. Share, just copy the link, paste everywhere. I've never said that before, but I'm saying it today. If you are blessed, you want to share. We want to talk about finding purpose, helping our children to find purpose the Jesus way today. And this is brought to you by the Visionary Parents Academy. And my name is Enimie Orebo, the lead coach. Now, the first thing is to help our children find purpose the Jesus way. We first of all need to have them encounter God for themselves, have them know Jesus, have them believe in Jesus. That is the very first thing. Now, one of the ways, because very many times parents actually struggle to have their children, is, when your child is young, they follow you to church, they do everything you are doing because they are under you. But as soon as they are growing, it becomes like, okay, they are independent now. They can decide what happens to them. You see some children, they enter university, they don't care about church and things like that, Now, the very first thing you want to do as a parent is that you want to introduce God to your child in such a manner that your child will encounter God for themselves. And one thing I've come to realize is that, we talk about times have so passed, times have evolved. So it is not always the traditional way, the traditional method that we should keep applying. I've come to realize so much that people are so different. Human beings are different. Children are different. And is that way, that their uniqueness, if you can actually understand your child, you understand what motivates, because everyone is not the same. When they are completely sold out, even when campus or they are free, they are independent on they are independent on is kind of counter-Christian to just have them change their mind. So the very first thing you want to do is to sell Christ to your child. Sell Christ to your child. That is the very first thing you want to do. So now I want to share with you a few ways you can actually do that. I'm not going to the regular ways. You, of course, know that. I want to share with you how people are different, your child is different, and the way your child is different, your child is your child's personality, your child motivation style will actually influence how you are going to sell, or how your child will be more, how easy or not it will be for your child to receive Christ. I don't know if you are getting me. Let me give you a practical example. When I'm teaching my children in church, I always ask them this question: how do you see God? Like, what image of God do you have when you are talking about God? What is the image you have when you are talking about God? Do you have the image of, a giver, our Father who gives, a very kind giant wearing white clothes with baskets, having food everywhere? So when you are hungry, you just go and meet him, and he makes a dip into the basket and he gives you whatever it is. Is that how you see your Father? Is that how you see God? Or do you see God as one giant soldier fighting war with sword and with gun and with sword and everything, and he's ready to destroy the wicked people, your enemies? How do you see God? That's the very first thing I always say to children. Ask children, how do you see God? Now, for you as a parent, that is one thing you want to also know. You want to understand your child's personality. You want to understand your child's motivation. That way, it's easy for you to approach selling God to your child from that angle. Now let's look at different ways people connect. There are different ways people connect with people, with things, with events. That is what you want to do. So you want to understand your child, their connection style. Firstly, we are naturalistic. We have the naturalistics. They connect by nature. So if you have a child who is a naturalistic, now one of the things you want to do as a parent, you want to observe your children. Like I said previously in this channel, I said next year, one of the things we want to do is we want to deliberately pay attention to finding our children's talent, skills, so that we can help them find their purpose. They start on that early. So you want to observe, pay attention to your children. Is your child a naturalistic learner? If your child is a naturalistic learner, it simply means that your child may connect naturally. So when you are selling God to your child, you are looking at the real situations. You are telling your child to imagine how this world came to be. What makes the trees grow? There are so many things. Science attempts to answer a lot of questions, but unfortunately, there are still many questions that science have no reasonable explanations to. For example, the evolution of man. They will tell you, how did it all begin? Science still doesn't have concrete answer to the evolution of man, how man came to be. Even some great scientists also believe that there is God. So you actually want your child to sit back, you look at nature, have your child reflect nature, use it every now and then. If your child is a nature lover, you want to use nature. How did a small seed get to be planted and gets to germinate? It's not going to be 1 day, 2 days you are going to learn your child connection style. No, it's going to take a while. So you keep observing, you keep exposing your child to different styles until you get the one that they connect with the most. Then you say, aha, you have nailed this, and you run with that. That is naturalistic. They are let's look at somebody from the Bible, for example. Elijah moved around a lot. He was not someone to stay. He was not a prophet that stayed in one place. Deborah judged Israel under a date palm tree rather than a tent. This could be an indication that these are naturalistic people. They connect more with nature. So you want to understand, does your child connect a lot with nature? If your child does that, then you are beginning to use nature to propagate Jesus to your child. Use nature to sell Jesus to your child. Like I always say, like I said a while ago, have your child sit down and wonder how nature came to be. How everything. There's one song I absolutely love that is fast becoming our family song by Nathaniel Bassey. Summer, winter, autumn, spring, wonderful Jesus, precious Jesus, a wonderful wonder you are. That kind of a song. I absolutely love it, because one of the things I teach my children often is to help them imagine how this world came to be. We always talk about it. So when I heard that song, I say, aha, this is definitely a song that will do it for me. And it is really, I've been enjoying the song. So you want to know your child connection style. How does your child connect with things? Is your child a naturalistic? If your child connects naturally, you actually want to follow that. Use that to sell Jesus to them. Now, the second one is a traditionalist. People that like structure, they like consistency. So they want to, those kind of people, you want to make sure that, okay, they go to church, you have a bit of structures around. Oopsie, sorry, I just lost I don't know, my tripod stand just got broken the other day. I have not been able to get one to buy here. So until I get another one, I'm just struggling to get things done. Oh God. Ew, funny enough, I have 2 tripods. Not 1, 2, 3. This is the third one I'm managing. If I'm not 3, I think more than 4. So everything is just like, okay, they just decided to pack up at the same time. Okay, so I hope this will not wiggle again. So traditionally, so you want to understand if your child is a traditionalist learner or connect that way. So one of the things you want to do is You want to take them to church often. You want to make sure you go to church often. You want to make sure you go to the altar in church to pray. You want to make sure that you even contribute to altar worship and a lot of things. You want to make sure you have it is why some people, there are some people that can never say no. Churches like Catholic Church, no, it's not my thing. A typical traditionally, someone that connects that way, will be easy for them to find peace, worship, love in the Catholic system. So you want to understand that for your child. So another thing is sensate. Okay, I've talked about traditionally, I've talked about the naturalistic. Okay, sensate, talking about responses to sensory input. So these kind of people, when you sing, when they are listening to God's song or even words, they are just lifted up. They're in a different realm entirely. So when people talk about their experiences, it's just easy for them to connect. It's easy for them to be wowed because it appeals to their sensory organ. So you actually want to understand this for your child. So you can always play gospel songs. You can always play your gospel messages. You can always share testimonies, recorded testimonies or anything. It is going to be super interesting. It's going to be super easy for them to be influenced. Then we also have the caregiving. I think I should share this material I'm sharing from. I should share with the visionary parent. Yes, that's what we do in the visionary parent. Most of the time, or all of the time, anything I come here to share, they have a template for them to actually go further, to go deeper. They can also carry out their research. You can learn, because in the Visionary Parents Academy, one of the things we do is you are learning for yourself. You are not just relying on what I or the other coaches are sharing with you. You are actually learning for yourself. So I hopefully I'll share this material with them, and they can also take it further to research more on it and learn for themselves, because your child, you are the one, your child more than anyone else, right? So when you learn for yourself, it is easy for you to actually be able to reach your child than whatever any consultant, coach or mentor says to you or your child. So you actually want to understand how your child connects. We have the caregiving, service to others. You want to understand that. We have the activists. Yes, you want to understand that. We have the intellectuals. You want to understand that. We have the enthusiasts. You want to understand all of that. So the idea is understand how your child connects the most to things, to events. Typically, when your child goes out, when your child comes back, your child is recounting what interests them most in whatever, in the event or anything, what interests them most. That's one way for you to know. So when you realize, okay, this is what interests your child most, you are going to find that particular character in God and begin to magnify it and begin to teach your child and begin to constantly connect it, constantly relate it to things. That is that, because it is very important that these children learn God, understand God for themselves. The times we are not the times we were when we were growing up. Things have so much changed that now a lot of people do not even believe there is God. A lot of people do not believe there is God. And if your child meets that kind of a person, it's easy for your child to just say, it's true. What is the proof that there is God? After all, it rains on both the bad and the good. If there is God, why would XYZ happen and all of that? It is easy for your child to get convinced and your child to get enraged. So what you want to do is to make sure that you lay the foundation for your child to know God for themselves. Lay the foundation again for your child to know God for yourself. It is super important. It is when your child knows God for themselves that, because a lot of people are so desperate these days. It's easy for them to just throw God away through the window and carry on with their desperation. It's easy. But when your child knows God for themselves, your child is going to realize that, see, let me give you a practical example. Today I saw a video of Vicky James, the unpopular Vicky James. I saw a video of her that she was dancing one kind dance like that. She was just erotic dance, displaying those things that these TikTok girls do. And someone said it was a long time ago before she even gave her life to God. It simply means that maybe she has always loved attention. She has always loved to be there.
So then she was doing everything within her power, outside her power, everything. Taking desperate measures, doing demeaning things, everything, just to be in front of people's faces. It didn't work for her. Then I don't know, along the line, now she's a child of God, she's repented, she's a minister or something like that, she's singing gospel songs, she's doing a lot of things. Now she is bigger than how she was before. She is so big. Now it's easy for a lot of children, our children, to say, okay, they want to go the way of the world so that they can get that recognition, fame, or anything they want. But the truth of the matter is, they can still be in the Lord and still get double that thing. I wonder if Vicky James if Vicky James had kept on that path, if she had kept on that path, I wonder if she would have been as successful as she is today, if she would have gotten as much as the attention she was looking for then, that probably made her to go that path. I wonder if she had gotten it today. What does this tell you? So our children, they can be in the Lord, they can be on the right path, and they will still get everything they want. They'll still get fame, they'll still get recognition, they'll still get attention that they want. However, they will understand that they have to use it for the Lord purposefully. So let's go into the main topic that we have today. The main topic we have today is how to raise your child to how to help your child find purpose Jesus way. Now remember, I said the first thing you want to do is to make sure that you bring your child connects. If your child doesn't connect with God, then it is not easy for them to find purpose Jesus way. They will not even trust Jesus. But when your child believes in God, it's easy for them to walk Jesus path and find purpose. Now, firstly, one of the things you want to do as a parent is, there are a few things you always need to do. You are going to teachable moments. You are going to create an atmosphere. It is most important. Now, what I say to people is that, see, it is not in the one thing you do. It is never, ever in the one thing you do. So when parents have, their children have trouble behaviors, what they just tell you is, they feel, something like, give me paracetamol and my headache will be gone. Trouble behaviors, they are not like that. So whatever you are teaching your child, you want your child to learn. It is not a prescription, like give me 1-2 tablets of paracetamol and the headache is gone. No. It has to be the structure you have in place, the atmosphere you put in place. Someone was telling me some time ago that, she went to Redeem Camp for the first time, and she said she could literally feel the presence of God in the atmosphere. Like everything was just, as if God was there. That is the atmosphere. So in your home, as a parent, you need to create the atmosphere. Whatever you want to nurture in your child, you must deliberately create the atmosphere. So you want your child to be sold out to God, you must create the atmosphere. You must take your Christian faith, Christian life, and all of that seriously. You must model it, you must commit to it, you must reinforce your values, you must do all of that to convince your child. So now, helping your child find purpose the Jesus way, the first thing you want to do, you want to talk to your child about Jesus Christ. Yes. Not like one of the things we did growing up, this is why I don't get it. In churches, they still do it today. A child comes forward and quotes from Genesis to Revelation. Everybody is clapping. And the child, after a week, the child will not even remember. The child has no idea what they are even talking about, what they are learning, what they are reciting, what they are saying. The child has no idea. The child doesn't even understand. And it's okay. I feel we should move past that level. I feel we should move to a level where a child is probably given a Bible passage. The child is meant to study, research, understand it, so much so that the child comes forward to actually explain from the heart, from a place of understanding, not a place of memorization. I don't know, maybe this is actually too much. I'm asking for too much. I don't know. So let's go. Now, the first thing we want to do is, our children's ultimate role model should be Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ should be their ultimate role model. Now, one of the first things I tell children when we talk about purpose, I tell them, look at the life of Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ was sent into this world, not for nothing, but for something. There was a reason Jesus Christ was sent into this world. So the world was in shambles, let me use that word. And God wanted to redeem the world. And so that was how Jesus came into this world, to redeem the world. What does that tell you? Jesus Christ did not come by mistake. He didn't come by, he came deliberately. So as a child of God, you also have a reason you came into this world. You were sent into this world for a reason. The same way Jesus Christ came to redeem the world, the same way you as a child came to redeem the world. Jesus Christ is the Savior. You are a Savior. You are a Redeemer. You came to redeem the world. The same, just that you and Jesus Christ, you don't have the same assignment. Jesus Christ has already died for the entire world, so you are not going to die for the world again. However, you have a mission the same way Jesus has a mission. That tells you that everyone has a mission. Remember, the Bible says in the book of Jeremiah, so before you were born, even your mother's womb, I knew you. That is, he had a mission. Every single person has a mission. Your child too has a mission. Now let's look at Jesus Christ's life. He has a mission. Because of the mission he has, he was empowered with a lot of characteristics, with a lot of strengths to be able to navigate the system so that he can reach his mission unhindered. And look at it. So for you as a child, what you are telling your child as a parent is that your child also has a mission, and your child has been empowered so much so that they can actually realize their mission unhindered. So look at the characteristics of Jesus Christ: boldness, assertiveness, forgiveness, a lot of characteristics, wisdom, a lot of characteristics. The same way everyone has their own characteristics. Your characteristics you have, whether your innate character, or your outward appearance, they are all towards the purpose you have on earth. I think the other week in church, we're going to, my children in church were going to make a presentation, and one of the parents was like, oh, the daughter's dress, the daughter's skirt, she was pulling it up. So another woman was saying, why are you pulling her dress, her skirt up? She said, this my daughter no get nyash, so the skirt no dey stay there. I looked at the mother and I said, yeah. I told the girl, I said, you see, the mission you have on earth, the mission God sent you to come and do, you don't need nyash to do it. You don't need it, because if you have it, it will be a distraction. It may even make you not achieve that mission. You may even derail, go and do something else that you were not asked to do. And at the last day, God is going to ask you, what did you do with this I gave you? You will not realize it because something else distracted you. So it is why you are perfectly made, fit for that. See, we see the where Jesus Christ and Jesus Christ left the parents, they traveled, and for 3 days he was in the temple teaching the leaders boldness. God gave him that boldness for a reason, so that he can carry out the task. So that is it. Your child needs to know that he is on earth for a purpose. And the purpose can be, one of the things we don't realize as parents, we don't understand our children, what they are, because we are so stereotypic. We are so stereotyped that when you see career day in school, you see, oh, the regular career, not more than 5. But times have passed way past that stereotypic or stereotyped career. Our children can do a lot more. And they have the strength, physical strength, mental strength. They'll be endowed with everything they need. They'll be endowed with everything they need to do whatever they are supposed to do. So that is one of the very first things you need to realize as a parent. You need to begin to look at your child's characteristics, their character. I read something recently where a girl was saying that I think she was dating and the person said she was too caring, something like that. And so that was how that being too caring caused her relationship. So what she did was she had to go into nursing. Since caring was a problem, she had to monetize that her character, caregiving, caring. She had to monetize it. So she graduated, she went further, she went further, she went further. And she said, I'm being paid to care now. She's making money caring now. The same caring someone told her she cared too much, and that was it. So sometimes we don't see all those small little things that our children have. They may be the big deals at the end of the day. They may be the very big deals at the end of the day. Because God put every single thing in them. He put every single thing in them so that they can use it for their purpose. If your child does a lot of talking, it is for a purpose. If your child is very attentive to details, it is for a purpose. If your child is very caring, it is for a purpose. If your child has speed, for a purpose. Excellence is for a purpose. Long memory is for a purpose. It is for their purpose. So you actually want to pay attention to it. Now, one of the tasks I want to give you is, as a parent, take an inventory of your child's character. Take an inventory of your child's character, their character traits. Then look at their physical builds also. Take an inventory of it. It is going to help you in your child's understanding their purpose discovery. We are going to do this in Visionary Parents Academy next year, 2025, where every parent is going to take an account of their children's, they're going to take account of their children's physical characteristics, whether physical characteristics or innate characteristics. They're going to take an inventory of it so that at the end of the day, we are going to understand, okay, your child may be tilting towards this side. It is important to know that. Now, the fact that your child is on a purpose doesn't mean it is going to be all rosy. It was not rosy for Jesus Christ. So this is where you need to come in as a parent. You need to empower your child. You need to constantly build skills in your child. It is one of the things we do at the Visionary Parent Academy. Teach you how to build skills in your child. We can see a lot of things that happened to Jesus Christ. He was betrayed. Yes, betrayed. There were days the battle was tough. There were days he needed to boldly drive the traders out of the synagogue. There was a day he had to walk Satan out. There was a day he needed to face the people who wanted to stone the prostitute to death, who were tempting him. There was a day they met him and said, oh, Caesar, the coin is Caesar, who do we pay tax to? All of that, the battle was tough. So it is where you come in as a parent, because the Bible has told you, train up a child in the way he should go. So you have a duty to train up your child in the way your child should go. So it is your duty to build skills in your child, skills that will help them achieve their purpose. It is skills that will help them face their purpose, face the times that will come. Because whether we like it or not, the fact that they have a purpose, they were sent by God, doesn't mean it's going to be easy. It's not going to be rosy. It is not going to be rosy. It is not going to be easy. So there are times they are going to be stretched. They need resilience. They need boldness. They need integrity. They need empathy. They need responsibility. They need self-confidence. They need independence. They need teamwork. We can also see that. They need self-leadership. They need survival skills. Jesus was away from his parents for 3 days. Survival skills, they need it. They need obedience to authority. When Mary asked Jesus, turn water, amen, the wine in Galilee, the wine in Cana has finished. And Jesus said, but my time is not, woman, it's not my time yet. Yet he went ahead to do it. So they need obedience to authority. So it is your duty as a parent to begin to empower them with these skills. Because these were skills, attributes that help Jesus Christ to achieve his purpose on earth. And they are the same skills that will help your child to achieve their purpose on earth. So no matter what their purpose is, then you need to empower them with these different skills. And like I always say, it is not just in the one thing we do. It is the structure we put in place. It is the atmosphere we create. It is what we model. It is how consistent we are. It is what we reinforce. It is what we say yes to, either by our actions or by our words. So helping your child find purpose is not something like, oh, you can sing very well. That is your purpose. It's way beyond that. Many people can sing very well. At the end of the day, that singing brought them down. Oh, we see a lot of them on news. So your child needs skills. They need skills. And it is your duty to empower them with skills. And this is what we do in the Visionary Parents Academy. The Visionary Parents Academy, we empower you to be able to empower your child. So what you want to do as a parent is to join us, register, secure your spot. You have a lot of amazing things you are going to be learning from the Visionary Parents Academy. Lots and lots of amazing things you'll be learning. So please join us. Let me say, please, join us. Okay, so thank you. I didn't want this class to be too long today because my classes are usually very long. So I told myself this class will be 30 minutes or thereabout so that I can go back to the academy and we'll continue this conversation because we are wrapping up for the year. So we need to have some of our reflections, some of our conversations that will help us take us to the next year or help us end the year. So this is what we are. This is all I'll bring to you today. I hope you've learned a great deal. And like I said, the Visionary Parents Academy is open to help you to empower your child. So send a message on how you can join the Visionary Parents Academy and we will gladly take your message. Thank you so much for joining tonight. See you next week. Bye-bye.